I'm Michael.
I'm Adam.
I'm JT. I'm Alexis.
We throw all sorts of events on campus, varying sizes and scopes from, we throw our music festival, we do pseudo-academic conferences, we do studio sessions, we throw concerts in the quad.
Yeah,
we go
we're all
off
involved
campus.
in some way or another in one of the entrepreneurial units through the Music Industry Studies program called Full Tilt Productions. We just started it this year. So all of us are involved in it in some capacity or another.
Well, for music, for music, it's incredible place to come up, first of all, because there's so much incredible music. There's so many venues. It's really not hard just to book a show somewhere for a band that's just starting out. You can really get great hands-on experience in the city just by putting yourself out there. Whereas in bigger cities, it's not as possible because it's so competitive. Here, it's like a little family, a little New Orleans bubble of people that all do music together, and it's really easy to get in there.
There's like a freedom here, and everyone just really wants to help you do things, and it's really weird. It feels like in other big cities, everyone's like competing and is just trying to get their thing out, but in New Orleans, it's all about just like helping each other make really cool art and just make the city more interesting.
Because New Orleans
really
is
cool.
one of the only places in the world where you can be a full-time musician without being famous. Like,
Yeah.
there are people who are incredibly famous in the city that aren't outside of it, that are incredible musicians but make a good living.
Yeah, I really don't feel like. I think being in New Orleans also is just set up a really great base for a lot of the stuff that I do that's not in the city or just even past college, past New Orleans. Like, just because of the people I've met here and that feeling that we were talking about, like just the general hospitality and the willingness to help. So.
Everyone loves New Orleans. Everyone loves knowing that you're from New Orleans if you're out of the city.
Yeah, there's a stronger sense of community and culture here than anywhere I've ever been, for sure.
The really cool thing about our professors is that they're actually still working in the industry we're trying to go into, which is a really novel concept for whatever reason. So they're like constantly giving us, new problems that they're facing and teaching us how to handle them, and just always there for advice, anything we need to know about whether or not we should tour and skip school, or if we're having a problem with the EUs that we're working in, and like how to deal with managers or people that aren't working like we need them to. They have great advice.
And the accessibility is a huge thing too. They're always around.
Yeah.
Like, you can always go talk to them about anything. They're all like, they're busy, but they will make time for you if they can. Like, it's incredible how accessible like Grammy Award-winning record producers are at this school. It really is.
For me, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and it's a very big city, and when I say it's a big city, like really, literally, spatially, it's a huge place. And so it's really hard to see people really come together in a close-knit group, and I never really felt part of the music scene there. And coming here, I've really felt like people have just been so welcoming about it, like just saying that I want to do music, especially with what I want to do with punk and alternative music, and people have just been so encouraging about it, whereas a lot of my previous experiences in other areas of the nation, it hasn't always been that way.
Awesome. Kind of going off what Alexis said, like, I think the culture of the school really infused the culture of the city. Like 50% of the people who go here are from Louisiana, and it's like a good mix. But like, it kind of instills the value of the city that if you love what you do and you're good at it and you're willing to work harder than you ever have in your life, like people will see that and respect that, and like be willing to put you in a position that higher than anywhere else in the country. If I had not come to this city to learn music, I don't know if I would still want to do music, because it's been so I started in theater production. It's different, but I just kind of guessed music industry studies, and it's worked out so well because of the city and the people I met here.
You guessed music industry studies?
Completely guessed. I completely 100% guessed. I'd never worked in music before in my entire life.
Just like theater's not really doing a thing.
Well, I did. I stage managed in high school, and I was like, well, I like music. I can sing. I like New Orleans. That's cool. I'll get a business minor, and okay. And I just guessed it.
Yeah.
Los Angeles. If you're willing to try, come here. If you're not, don't. Because they're it is. No, because like that's the kids we need here. Like There are kids in this program who just go to class and don't do anything else. I'm like, that's fine, you can do that, but that's not what this program's about. This program is about getting out there and doing stuff and failing at it and then learning from those failures and doing better the next time. Like, they want you have 4 years here to fail as many times as you want, and then the real world starts.
And you do.
And you do
over
fail a
again.
lot.
And going back to like the whole city thing and integrating it back into New Orleans, a lot of people say like New Orleans, it's not just a city, it's a way of life, and that's kind of how I feel like it is here. You've got to be part of this way of life, and I think it works out well for a lot of people, but I definitely think it's something worthwhile trying.
Yeah.
If you want to actually be able to try out what you're studying, then come here. Because it's not about the classroom at all. And that sounds so cheesy and gross, but it's so true.
The city and the school are so welcoming of all types of different people. It's you're I don't know. You come here to be yourself, and everybody will encourage you to do that.
And it's not to discount the classroom either. Like, we learned so much valuable stuff in the classroom that I take outside of here every day. Like, all the legal stuff and copyright, and like, I know how to run a recording studio because of the class I took here. Like, it's not to discount that at all, but it's also really about stepping outside and taking steps into the real world before you ever graduate.